Welcome back to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pommerance. Thank you so much for joining us. We are joined by Victoria Peynchon and Lisa Gates, and they started and co-founded a company called She Negotiates Consulting. You know I'm the father of two daughters. It's all about girl power today. I want to thank you both so much for joining us. Talk to us about the challenges that women face in the business world today, if any.
Well, women are now pretty much firmly entrenched in the business world, so we're there in equal numbers with men. Where we're not is in positions of authority and power, and that's the last step for women, and we believe that it will come through empowerment, not more laws, not more complaining.
Well, let's talk about that, because even though women are firmly entrenched, we know, Lisa, that in terms of pay and compensation, women are not.
Oh, absolutely not. Not yet.
And
we're still at about 30%, right, on the male dollar.
Right. And you talk about we don't want to have to deal with laws or regulations, and that's one philosophy, and that's great. But here's the challenge I see. I think Americans generally are taught you don't want to stand up for yourself. You don't want to be too bold. And it's especially true when it comes to women.
That goes double for women. We, you know, one of the things that we learn in our courses that we teach, She Negotiates courses, is that we spend probably about 70% of the time unpacking all of the social and political and cultural things that are operating in and around and underneath this, the whole ability to even open your mouth and ask for what you want. So that's a huge piece of the process, and we find women need that. That's actually what's unique about our training is the empowerment and the support that they get.
Let me ask you though, Victoria, as we know, the women are not in the corner offices right now. 82% of corner offices are dominated by men.
Correct.
So ultimately, we, men, need to understand that women have the ability just like men do. And I'm wondering though, I mean, you know, I'm of the age where I had women bosses, I had women contemporaries and women subordinates. And so I'm completely at peace with women. So as my generation gets older, will it become a little easier for women to grab those corner offices, either through just our recognition or through their ability to stand up for themselves?
Well, as you know, I was a lawyer, and I train young lawyers, and what I find with the young lawyers, unfortunately, is the women continue to hope that they will simply be noticed if they work very, very hard, while the men are politicking on the floor of the senior partners to get the good assignments.
I used to be a lawyer at a large law firm. I know exactly what you're saying.
So yes, we need training, and there are many organizations doing it. Ours is just one.
So how do we get to a place where women who politic are seen as wise as opposed to crafty?
I think what people ultimately recognize with women leaders is that they're more collaborative. They improve the bottom line. I can't remember which studies bear this out, but that the more women who are at the helm, they have the company's back.
But here's the thing: is that a woman who speaks up for herself, she's a
barracuda.
She's a barracuda.
Right.
I like that word better. A man who speaks up for himself, I mean, he's just normal.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So it is a razor's edge. We walk a razor's edge.
Well stated.
And we have to be who we are. We can't continue to pretend that we're guys. My generation tried as hard as we could. We even wore those little bow ties, but we can't do that anymore.
I got to tell you, I want to thank you so much for what you're doing on behalf of women and on behalf of my daughters, who are 9 and 7, and they're going to need your guidance in the future, I'm sure. If you want to learn more about the great work that Victoria and Lisa are doing, sign on to shenegotiates.com. I'm Brad Pommerance, back to HLN.
Soldiers haven't stormed beaches with this intensity since 1944. Support AmpSurf, rehabilitating amputee veterans through surfing.